Juno's World.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the No Clickbait Podcast. It's your boy Freddie Andretti here. Here we are, the last day of the longest month in my life. Longest month of this is like the fourth month of January. But we here on the last day. It is January 31st, 2025. I'm here with my boy Ism. How you living today, man?
Man, don't rush time, man, because before you know it, we'll be like, dang, bro, it was just 2025.
Nah, not rushing time. Definitely appreciating every second of life. It's just felt like January has been about 4 months long, man.
January had a remix.
January had a remix, man. You felt like every single week was like a month for real.
Boy, I hit
And
you
I
with
didn't really pay it any attention until someone said it on IG. And he's like, man, this like the third month of January. I was like, dang, it has been January for forever. And
it.
it really has. Time's been going by pretty. Well, I ain't saying time going by slow. It just January's just been long. I don't know how else to say it. It's been a long month.
It didn't feel that way for me, man. January felt like it went by too fast almost. Like, I don't know. I just feel like time just gonna always feel like it go by fast when you got rent to pay. It's like, dang, I could have sworn I just gave somebody else my money the other day. Here we are again.
Well, I mean that's one way to look at it. You know that them bills and stuff do come around really pretty quickly.
That's crazy that is no stipulation for February because we talk about how long January was. February gonna be going in a snap.
Oh yeah, I guess January was slowed down. Time slowed down in January because they knew February was gonna be quick. It's messed up. We only get 28 days,
Oh yeah,
29 every 4 years. But it's all good.
I have to milk February for what it's worth. I already got
Yeah,
my
February is still a great month though. So we here.
Not Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Black History Month. Is there anything else in February?
So, I mean, a couple birthdays.
Of course, that's every month.
It's talking about mine specifically.
Oh, my bad. You know what you're
But
doing
that's
for?
what it said Thanksgiving.
Man, I don't even know why you brought that back up. That was clearly a typo.
Thanks for giving me love on February 14th. That's what that day is.
Yeah, I was just making sure our connection was there.
I got you,
What you
man. Everybody on February 14th, that's thanks for giving me love day.
We should get cards. We should get no clickbait cards that say that. We got to find something to rhyme, to make people buy it, get the engagement up. But the idea is there.
Yeah. I don't know what to rhyme with that though.
Thank you for being a friend. Now, what you doing for your birthday?
I'll be in Puerto Rico chilling. Well, not chilling, but kick back, relaxing.
With
So
a
excited for that. Not
cerveza.
working. That's what I'm doing.
How do you say beer in Spanish? It's cerveza, isn't it?
No, it's berry. Nah, I think it is. I think that is what it is. Cerveza. But I don't know. They
I
know what I'm
thought
talking about. They speak English over there.
I know, but you gotta show them. I feel like when black people go somewhere where is not predominantly black, they take a word with them to let them know, like, I know a little something, and then they don't use nothing else. It might not even be a sentence, just one word.
I mean, I say a couple words. I ain't trying to go over there and act like I know stuff, start offending people.
So what couple words you know?
I mean, you could say a couple things you know, need to use the restroom. You say important stuff. but I ain't able to hold no conversation. I'm not gonna pretend like I am.
They gonna start thinking you know what's up. Start asking you, so how long you plan on being here? How's your birthday going? You might as well just get all that stuff written down somewhere.
Nah, man, I start sounding like Cindy and that dude on and that little boy. On I can't remember which scary movie that was.
I'm
That was
diving
so
into the
racist. Toyota, Mitsubishi.
hey, oh,
That was extremely racist, man.
that was stereotypical. It
But
wasn't race.
nah, that was racist.
Racism
But I mean,
is think your race is superior to somebody else's. That was stereotypical.
racist.
I'm trying to teach the people something and you misguide them.
I'm teaching people that that's racism. But it's all good, man. It made for a funny moment. Hopefully, people weren't offended. I mean, it's like situations where a joke could come off as racist, or you can really laugh at it. If you can really laugh, take a joke, everybody keep moving, nobody get hurt.
I mean, I feel like even if you don't laugh, what's that gonna do for you? Them jokes never gonna stop. That content never gonna stop. They don't even make movies like that no more, but you still got Family Guy. South Park is forever. Like you're not you can be as mad as you want. That don't make nothing stop.
Well, they cut down on a lot of this stuff these days because everybody gets offended. It's like people want to be offended. They look to be offended.
I mean, if
I
that's
don't
the
know.
case, they're gonna be dead real soon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we got here. I don't know why, but you can't say nothing these days. You can't do anything these days. Everybody's offended. Like they it's an initiative. Like we want to be offended today. Let's find something on the internet to be offended by.
If you go looking for it, I have no sympathy. Like if something's bothering you, like it's understood. If somebody's being antagonizing, like to the point where they're making a point to try to dig at you, then yeah. But like black jokes don't offend me. Like if it's a good black joke, it's hilarious. Like the ones where the little subtle ones where they say we don't change our fire alarm. So like somebody be doing a video and it'll beep off.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty accurate.
telling you, it's it don't bother me none. But you know, everybody ain't us.
It's like it's a lot of those videos still, and people kept looping on like to the video. They'd be like,
Mm.
"What? Beep." It's like the funniest is when they were doing like they do a crossover, like how your sneakers are on the court. 'Cause that's how it
Hmm.
sounds. That's the funnier.
I know what you mean too. Like when his videos were it was one that Skinbone did with Busta Rhymes. I don't remember what song it was, but it's one of them songs where the beat start before Busta Rhymes start rapping. I gotta find it, but it was hilarious. Some girl was going down the slide and she hit her head. Oh, it was the one that
Hmm.
doom. I don't remember what
Hmm.
song he kept looping her, hitting her head. Hit you with what you saying, yo?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Social media can be funny, man. I miss peak Twitter. That's really before everybody started being offended by every single post, everything someone had to say. Like it just used to be like some of it was some dark like humor, but it used to just be hilarious. You go on there you having a bad day, hop on Twitter, you're gonna get a good laugh and a few chuckles here and there. Nowadays, I don't even really open it. I don't even know I had that.
I use it in attempt to try to get that viral post for business, but as far as just posting for the fun of it, it ain't really there no more. But I think a lot of where things went wrong is always where the world tried to make everybody feel like somebody. And that's not the way the world is designed to be. Like everything has to have a balance. For the higher ups, there has to be the lowers. I'm not saying, treat somebody like they're nothing, but for the kings, they're servants. For there's food chains. Like there's things that somebody up here can catch that somebody down low can't catch up here. Like that's just the way. But social media trying to make everybody like, oh, you offended, let's do something about it. You offended too, let's do something about it. And soon you ain't gonna be having nothing to say.
Kind of lost me there. I ain't gonna lie to you, because
So if social media, he's trying to if social media is trying to account for the fact that everybody's sensitive, then everybody's going to be accounted for. So that's why you can say the smallest thing, oh, you feel away, and then somebody will do the damage control to try to fix it. So if that's going to be the norm, anybody can complain about anything, and it is just going to be a sensitive world because everybody feels like, oh well, if they can get away with complaining about this and it gets fixed, then here's my problem, and it's just going to continue and be a snowball effect.
I get that part. That makes sense. You just lost me with the kings and servants part. That
So
didn't make any sense.
to you, I will break it down. So, like, you never heard the phrase like bosses have to have workers.
No, but I mean,
Okay, so say it's like McDonald's chain or whatever. There's somebody who oversees everything McDonald's wise, but he's not doing the work of the workers. And of course, everybody wants to be in the spot that he's in because you just sitting back collecting money, whatever. But everybody can't do what you do. The part of what makes you successful is having people who are willing to work and understand that that's their place in society. Everybody's not meant to be a celebrity or whatever the highest point of life is to them, if that makes sense. So everybody's not going to be at that level like that a boss is at. You have to have workers. That's what makes a boss a boss. So some people don't aspire to be entrepreneurs and make a lot of money. They just want to live an honest life. Then there's people who have the base to live like an honest life, but they want to do what the next person is doing, and that's not their calling per se. So some people do. They everybody wants a lot of money. Some people want a lot of money. I'm not gonna say because some people think a lot of money is. I forgot what the Bible verse is, but rich people tend to not be the most honest people because they did something along the lines to get them paid that way. Moral of the story being, everybody's not fit to be in the position of a king because what makes a king is he has people to do his work that he doesn't want to do. So if we have a long list of people who are servants, everybody can't be kings. Moral of the story. So bosses need workers, kings need servants. Every higher up needs a tier that's lower than them. Just like basketball, sports, whatever, you're gonna have your star, then you're gonna have your role players. Basically, that's the better analogy for it. You're gonna have your star, then you're gonna have your role players. Everybody's not meant to be Kobe. Everybody not meant to be Steph. Some things work better when people just say, "Okay, this is my role. This is what I'm very good at," versus trying to be go all out for something that's not them. If that makes better sense to you,
and you know I love you, right?
that means it makes sense to you.
That made no sense. It's like you're talking about two different things. Maybe it's just me and I'm not grasping the concept. Everybody, when you listen to this part of it, let us know if that makes sense to you. I understand the concept of bosses having workers and kings and servants and stuff, but I don't understand how you're tying that to people being offended by what someone says. You don't
I'm
have to explain any further. Let's move on.
yeah,
Because you didn't make any sense.
you didn't tell me that was the part you was confused about though.
Uh,
You didn't tell me that was the part you was confused about though. I'm
I
saying the
did. It's
reality.
all
No,
good, man. It's all good, man.
no, you did not. Let
Nah,
me
man,
go.
it's good.
I explained that part first. Crazy thing.
It's all right, man. It's all right. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
It's all good, man. Bosses need workers, kings need servants. That make people offended. I don't know.
No,
Something like
no.
that.
I'm saying everybody wants to be.
It's okay, man.
No, you're not gonna keep saying what you say. I let it go, and then you keep going. Everybody wants
I'm
to.
done. I'm done.
Certain people just have they have the light to speak out on things because they're who they are versus everyday people want the same treatment celebrities get. So the same way something may offend you and people like, okay, it's Fred. So what? Then somebody famous or whatever say, oh, I don't like this. It can start a whole movement. Everybody on social media, just because you share that platform with somebody, you feel like everything you say is valid because it's free to express yourself. And people feel gratification with retweets and likes and reshares. So it's like you feel that sense of importance on everything you do, even though if it's not that big, because social media is false reality. So that's the part where we're talking about people being offended and feeling like they can talk about blah blah blah. The other parts was a whole different thing.
I got you, man.
But on to the next.
Hey, you made me forget what I was about to say, man. That was
That-
really philosophical.
I didn't mean for it to get into the tangent, but I was just reading your facial expression. I was like, he's still confused. But then when you told me,
You had me feeling like damn Junior, Cole, or Waldo, or somebody over here.
I wouldn't even explain it. If I felt like you couldn't grasp what I was saying, I wouldn't even explain it to you. But I could see how I went on the tangent and you was like, how did we get here?
Oh, did we get here? We
That's
was
this.
talking about Twitter. I asked you one simple question, and you start talking about random stuff.
Shout out, shout out to Deborah.
Now,
She had
shout
brace.
out to Deborah.
Somebody,
Nah, man. Like I was saying, it is obviously the last day of January. Tomorrow is the start of Black History Month, so I wanted to let everybody know a little known Black History fact. Um, because I did not know this, I literally looked up little known Black History facts just to see what I didn't know. I know a lot of them, but this one I didn't know. I slander this state all the time, but now I actually like the state because of this fact. Vermont was actually the first state to ban slavery. I did not know that.
I don't know if I knew. I feel like the build up, I felt like I already knew you was going with it, but I don't think much about Vermont in general for you to be like to even bring it up because I don't know what else I would know Vermont for. But
Vermont was the first to ban slavery. Vermont is cold as hell. Like that's where people go to like ski and like do the mountains and all that stuff.
side note, I just saw a place I can't remember the name of it. It's wild you bring that up because they're cold, like they're used to being under like 50 degrees. Like they said, it's cold to where if you throw water up, it'll instantly turn to snow. Like that's how cold it is. If you take food out to eat and you leave it unattended for like 2, 3 minutes, frozen. I'm like, bro, and a population is over thousands. I'm like, who wanna? Under what circumstance would you want to live here?
But you said under 50 degrees, like that's still pretty high.
No,
That's
negative.
definitely okay.
Man, after I explain everything, in what 50-degree do something turn into snow when you throw it in the air?
That's what I was about to ask you.
Nah, negative 50.
I don't
Negative.
think that's survivable. Where is this supposed to be?
I forgot is I'm gonna send it to you, but I saw it on a YouTube short. Sometime I randomly go into tangents about different things to find interesting, but I'll send it to you. But go ahead. We're doing Black History Month facts.
Now that's the only one I have for today. I mean, it's a lot of little Black history facts. Obviously, Black people invented a lot of things that we have today. Um, a lot of important things like the traffic light. Like,
Well, I want the Family Guy cut scene because what was happening before traffic lights?
important. Or like, oh, who invented the stop sign? That's a good question. I'm gonna look that up.
You
Rock and
think
roll.
You think what's it?
hip
Wait,
hop. Go ahead.
nah, you go ahead. I feel like you thought too quick and you ain't want to say what it was.
No, I was just naming stuff. I said like rock and roll, hip hop, pretty much music.
I thought you was about to shout ribs and we was gonna have to cut the podcast off.
Nah,
What was my? You said was mine?
no, but yeah. What is yours? Do you have one?
Of course.
Huh?
What's your favorite black invention?
My favorite black invention?
Yes,
Uh, me. What kind of question was that?
the great answer. What you mean? Like that's a crazy question. It's something every day that a black person invented, and you ain't thinking twice about.
Nah, I don't know. If I had to say my favorite, I have to come back to you on that one. I mean, obviously, music. Like when it comes to hip hop, what it's grown into over the years, the different variations. Um, so I would say rock and roll. I like just music in general, like the big influence.
That's fair. That's fair. I would have to. You would have to come back to me on that too, because I don't know what mine would be. We should.
Well, let
We
me
should.
see.
Um,
All right, so got some. I pulled up a list here.
uh,
A lot of big like major things. You got the automatic gear shift. Love that. Elevator doors. That's crazy. Potato chips.
oh yeah, there we go. There go mine.
You won't have to tell me that all the time because I love potato chips.
I feel like
Carbon filament light bulb.
I thought so. I wasn't sure. I thought so with the light bulb.
Yeah. I forgot about the refrigerator. Yep.
Boy, times had to suck before this stuff was invented.
Time's getting hard.
No
Man,
leftovers. Eat all that in
dry
one.
cleaning?
Dry cleaning.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we was the first to put a crease in our pants. Then I'm almost certain.
But them old uncles be having like the craziest creases. Like if you throw your pants in a washer, dryer, all that, and they still come out with a crease in them. Like you know how hard you got to press the iron down
Pants can stand on their own. Wait right
when
here.
they have that. They have like that discoloration line. You know, you know, iron the color out the jeans.
And iron instructions into the jeans. You can follow the path from the last crease.
Yeah, you gonna cut somebody with your pants.
You said what?
You cut somebody with your pants.
Yeah. Pants look like the bottom of ice skates, and you don't see nothing wrong with it. It's nuts.
Nah, it's been a lot of inventions. Mops. That's crazy.
I am. You said mops.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Guitar. The mailbox.
Mailbox,
Fire extinguisher.
fire extinguishers,
Pretty much everything important. Like traffic lights, fire extinguishers.
stuff that solve problems.
Yeah.
Like saw something that was like, you know what, it's real dark in here. Something should be done about that. Boom, light bulb.
It's dirty. What we gonna do about that? Boom, mop. These
That's
cars are not stopping. Boom, traffic light.
the 40th accident today. Boom, traffic light.
This food keeps going bad. Boom, fridge.
This food was so good, I want to eat it again tomorrow. Boom, fridge.
That's crazy.
I wonder who
This
came up with
world is boring. Boom, Fred. Like, shout out to the black inventions.
the. I wonder who was the first person to come up with the concept of leftovers or meal prepping. Had to
I
be like
remember
Black
the days.
said yesterday.
Remember the days people used to be too good to eat leftovers. Now everybody's making leftovers and calling it meal prep.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I was never too good to eat leftovers, but food get real redundant when it's the same thing for me. Like 2, 3 days of the same food, it's hard for me to do.
I mean, that's why you gotta switch it up depending on what you're eating. Like throw a different kind of sauce on there or something. Like if you're doing chicken,
Yeah,
put
I get
some.
it's been a couple times in life where I just got tired of chicken as a whole. It's like, bro, because it's so easy to just eat the same because chicken just keep finding new ways to be cooked. Whether you do a different sauce, a different technique, put it in a different dish, is everywhere. So it's just times where I'm like, bro, I don't want chicken today.
You gotta switch it up. Be creative. Trick your taste buds.
Yeah,
Put them on to something new. Because if you do eat the same thing over and over, you're gonna get bored of it, and then that's gonna tempt you to. Even if you meal prep, it's gonna tempt you to go spend your money. And food these days is not cheap.
you know the one place that I'm gonna go if I go out to eat.
Jack in the Box.
Defaming my character on our podcast, please.
I gotta find out who keeping Jack in the Box in business. Like they moving weight. I know they are. Jack in the Box is moving weight. Mattress firms definitely moving weight. Like have you ever? I've never seen anyone in there buying a mattress.
No.
I've never seen a mattress firm truck making a delivery. But they have 1,000 stores in each city.
You might be
I
on it,
think
but
I think there need to be like a investigation. I feel like at some point it's gonna be um like a 60 minutes or like a docu series or something about how Mattress Firm, Jack in the Box, these places been moving weight all these years.
I mean,
Del
has
Taco,
Del Taco for sure. Because Del Taco comes Del Taco for sure.
number one restaurant in America right there. That's crazy.
But that don't even sound right. I've never heard somebody say I could really go for Del Taco.
I don't know. That was just the most shocking discovery.
That's up there with dinosaurs for me.
Dinosaurs wouldn't eat Del Taco.
Exactly.
I need to find out who keeping Denny's in business.
Then it's still a franchise.
To my knowledge,
You know a franchise I think is on the brink. I
Cracker
think
Barrel.
Burger King close to meeting their demise.
Who?
Burger King.
Oh nah, I'm gonna keep Burger King alive.
No, I feel like Burger King coming out with a whole bunch of commercials and jingles because something not right. They got like 3 new jingles in the last month.
At BK,
Have you heard
have it your way.
the
Woo
one
woo.
thing? And it's like they almost like forget the lyric. It's like Burger King, and then they go into the verse. That's like the
I
third
mean,
one.
they have the same. They have the same like I don't know what to call it, like flow. And they try to switch up the words though, but still keep the same flow.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx for sure keeping him in business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plain white rice, plain white rice. See how boys are. That's one of my favorite episodes. I feel like every episode one of my favorite
because
episodes.
we already discussed what your favorite episode is.
I got a lot of favorite episodes, man.
Then it's not your favorite.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite shows, man. Fancy's kissing Tarbash. People don't know, man. Y'all gonna start sleeping on the Jamie Foxx show.
My boy is a Jamie Foxx show advocate. I don't know how we always circle back to this show.
I don't know, man. Like it's just I feel like it gets slept on because everybody wants to talk about Martin, everybody wants to talk about Fresh Prince. Like, Jamie Foxx is right there, hilarious. The Wayans Bros is hilarious too. Like the clip I saw earlier when Marlon's stupid. Dang, what was it? Ah, I'm gonna have to find it. I forgot that quick. It was just like I just had it.
How you bring the memory up to not know the memory?
Right. Do you remember the memories? It was like I can't even remember. I'm gonna have to find it.
Boy, gonna wake up in a cold sweat. That's what it was
I'm gonna wake up like D Wade.
when he got a shot block.
Wade woke up in them cold sweats. That's them classic commercials.
Nike got the most classic commercials, man. Nike and ESPN. Them ESPN commercials when they used to have like the players showing their personality.
Like it was the one when they was like well it was like with Steph. They was like, what do you guys cook today? And it was like,
Yeah.
Steph Curry. And then or curry chicken. And then the one when they was Braun was missing his chair. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, good luck finding your chair, LeBron.
Yeah. You know exactly.
But on Nike, that Braun, I guess the LeBrons,
Mm-hmm.
they be at the swimming pool, classic commercials.
They got one with Kobe and LeBron rapping. I think it was the Christmas commercials.
You got the puppets too.
That's the one. There's the puppets.
Yeah,
That
greatness.
Ant-Man would be perfect for like those type of commercials.
Ant-Man had some fire commercials.
Yeah, he had the
The Adidas, but
Gator- he had the one where he was Santa Claus.
yeah, he got some fire commercials.
Yeah, I'm just saying like a run, not just a couple. Like he would be perfect to like embody the older commercials, like the Nike ones where they had him doing outrageous stuff.
I feel like Ant's just very marketable with
He is.
stuff like that. As he gets older, he'll be more mature with some of the things he says, but he's getting better.
He's still from Atlanta, so you never know.
Dang, why Atlanta had to take
That ain't a hit. That's just who he
just
is.
straight? Yeah,
That's who he is. That's how he talk. I mean, because I know he know now, but it's just like I'm still gonna say it. He done did about 3, 4 interviews. But
man, he keep balling. He good.
yeah, they don't care as long
He
as
ain't saying nothing too crazy to where like he about to get canceled or anything.
he had a moment. He had a moment, but I think he apologized publicly and got it up out of there. But have you seen did you see the Subway commercial with Jason Tatum and Draymond Green?
Nah, what happened?
They made it a while ago, and Jason Tatum, his comedic timing was hilarious. But um, Draymond, they was promoting their subs, and Draymond said something. This before the Celtics won the ring, and so Draymond was like, my sandwich just has a ring to it or something like that. And instead of Jason trying to rebuttal, he just started naming the actual ingredients on the sub because he couldn't say nothing about the ring.
Yeah, that man basically stealing everybody's identity when they did win was crazy, and it didn't even seem like natural. It's like he had it in his mind he was gonna like say all that stuff. Like he didn't even have like a genuine reaction to winning.
And he
Yeah,
did.
he was. What
uh,
what they gonna say now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What are they gonna say now? That man be balling, but he has like the ugliest game to me.
You think I tell you who game is ugly to me, but you think his game what's ugly about his game to you?
Tatum,
Yeah.
it's just his movements. Like I said, he be balling, but it's just how he move. It just looks so weird. Like when he dribble, his shot, that slinky like slingshot. I don't even know how to like. like he shoot from his toes, and like he looks like, imagine one of those things that's at the car lot.
The wacky inflatable man.
Yeah, the ones that like when the air hits, they just like swirl around. Imagine one of those shooting a ball. That's how his shot looks. Like like he starts at his toes, and then like he has a whole like motion. But I
Yeah,
mean, it goes in. He's getting paid for it. I
I
ain't
think
mad at him.
I think Jalen Brown game is ugly. He make everything look hard. Every he don't. It's like he'll do four moves and not create no space and just shoot over the top. And it's like, what did you do the four moves for?
I mean, say the same thing about Jason Tatum.
I feel like Jason Tatum can create space, and he got a nice. Jason Tatum, like his game smooth. Like, granted, what you say not wrong, but you don't think his game smooth? They was calling him the smoothest player after PG. You might have took it from PG.
Mm. PG is smooth. That's why people got him as the GOAT. When I say people, I mean very
One,
young people.
yeah.
Nah, it ain't one. Like it's PG is it's been multiple people to say that.
Well, it won't be one, but compared to the people who have never said that to the people who have, is that's wild in comparison. Because I don't know what people saw from Paul George. Granted, Paul George is cold, but that GOAT word get thrown around too. For one, I don't push the agenda of multiple GOATs. Like, greatest of all time should be one because it's of all time. It's not of times. Like, granted, if that's your how you do it, then say that's what it is. But you can't name a couple people and they be the greatest of all time because of all time is one. That so you can't say depending on the era because it's literally all time. So
That's a fact. But at the same time, that GOAT debate, like, or even sports, it's all opinionated. People are going to speak with, we spoke on this before, people are going to speak with their bias, whether they mean to or not. If you watch up growing someone, or if your family
if you watch,
has a tradition of liking someone, then nothing you tell that person is going to change their mind. It's not like me coming up as a LeBron fan and being like, "Bron, this, that's my GOAT." You can't tell me nothing to be like, you know what? He not the GOAT. It is Michael Jordan or it is Kobe. No, just like I'm not going to be able to tell a Kobe fan or a Michael Jordan fan who feel like their player is the GOAT, they're not going to change their mind about it. You could present all your facts and all this because a lot of it's going to be opinionated.
that's the thing. If we could take the opinions out of a lot of stuff, we would come to different conclusions. Like I don't bias because you knew me long enough to know I despise LeBron. I would say anybody is better than him just because I wasn't finna give no credit. I would say Danny Granger is better than Cuz. But I can say LeBron is the GOAT, and that's not my favorite player. I'm not going to say Allen Iverson is the GOAT because he's my favorite player. I'm not going to say the Steelers are the best team right now because it's my favorite team. That's where people go wrong because they grew up on Kobe and it has to be factual because they grew up on him. I'm like, bro, that's not how facts work.
Well, what makes you say Braun is the GOAT now?
If we're thinking of greatest of all times, if you look at there's if we look at the counterparts of if it's Jordan, if it's some people have Kobe, what have you, everything that you can possibly want in a basketball player, LeBron can do. So you don't start discrediting Braun until you start talking about how Jordan won at the higher level more often than not. But in the same breath, it don't be consistent through sports because Lamar, people are saying Lamar's in the same conversation as Mahomes, and he don't have no rank of no sort. So I feel like if you're going to be consistent with your argument, then you would see where it's flawed at. Because they'll bring up rings, but then say, "Oh, well, not Bill Russell though." Like they'll any quality comeback that doesn't match their argument, they'll try to undermine. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's always going to be something that they keep moving the
oh,
is it moving the bar or whatever.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be opinionated. Like you can make your case of this person is the GOAT because they did this, they have all these records, so they scored this many points, or they have this many rebounds, or they have this many receiving yards, touchdowns, passing, whatever your criteria is, it's all gonna go back to your opinion, what you feel like makes someone a GOAT.
Yes, you're correct. In the same breath, I can't say that they do or don't. I don't want to definitively say they do or don't, but I know a lot of times to make Braun smaller, they throw in hypotheticals that can't be proven. I don't see that same thing with Jordan. I don't see people saying Jordan can't play now, but I do see people saying, "Oh, LeBron wouldn't last against them boys back in the day. LeBron couldn't play with them." I don't see that said about Jordan. There's a bunch of things that people make up that, oh, well, the only reason he broke this and this record because he was playing for this long. Jordan played for this long too. He just wasn't good at this point in time. They
I
having that
mean,
Wayne Wade and Harden right now.
about who's better,
Yeah,
give me Wade.
I ain't gonna get into it because I mean that's a conversation we can have on another pod. But I'm just saying, as far as I don't know what makes people go to other people. I mean, because it seems like winning big is what matters most, even if people don't want to admit it. But somebody was like, despite all the rings or whatever, I'm taking Harden. And it's just like I don't know if people are looking at the individual season that they would want to have, or if they're looking at winning at the high level and being good at the same time. Because you can be all right and win a ring, then you can be stellar and win a ring, or you can be great and never get a ring, like Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley. So I don't know what people how their criteria aims, but me and you can have a conversation on my criteria and yours another time, of course, and see what similarities we have, or ask other people what I think people need to come up with the three things that make them rate who they have at the highest level, will make somebody go to them. And they have to do it for all sports and see if it lines up.
That's what I'm saying. Like some people are going to value the individual accolades of how many points somebody scored, or how many MVPs, or like I said, even in football, how many touchdowns, baseball, how many home runs, how many no hitters, versus how many championships, or do you have a combination of those things? Do you have Defensive Player of the Year? Do you have Cy Young awards, or whatever the case may be? Um, Everybody's going to have different things that they're going to be like, this person has this. I don't care about that other stuff. So this is why that person is to go
Right.
across all the sports. So it all depends. But in football, I feel like there can be multiple goals, because you really truly have to go, like, even when they always try to give, which I know is a very tough position to play. You got to be the leader out there on the field. 9 times out of 10, the MVP is going to be a quarterback. No matter
Hmm.
how great a wide receiver, running back, a defensive player is, it's most likely going to be a quarterback. Or they be like, oh, that's the best player in the game. No, they may be the best player at that position.
Hmm. I mean, yeah,
Uh,
that's like they don't
some
play ball,
Yeah,
and
but like a fucking linebacker could be just as dominant. A wide receiver can be just as dominant at their position, or dominating the league. They're just not a quarterback.
but
That's
the
why
thing
they always try to say that a quarterback is the best player in the league, or whatever the case is.
I think the quarterback favoritism though comes because everything has to run through them. Like you can't be, I'm not gonna say you can't be, but it's gonna be hard to be a top receiver with no quarterback.
I mean, it's true too. T.O. was just talking about that the other day. You do
Yeah,
have to have at least a decent quarterback to be a good receiver. They have to get you the ball.
yeah.
But at the same time, the receiver is still, that's why it's a skill position. But it's also a lot of skill on the defensive side of things. You gotta like
You,
have
hey,
huh?
you're running backwards the whole game. You're mimicking somebody else's movements the whole game.
Yeah. And you gotta like keep your eyes peeled. You gotta have just as much hand eye coordination. Um you gotta have a good reaction speed. You gotta read the defense. You gotta let your guys know what's going on. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of work in that, just as much
Yeah,
as somebody like Lawrence Taylor. You can call him a goat because he
yeah.
was dominant, but he ain't passed the ball.
See, my thing with that, and that's not to counter what you're saying. I think a lot of people get there can be you can be the most dominant but not be the GOAT. You can be the most winningest and not be the GOAT. I feel like there's categories outside of just going straight to, oh, this person is the greatest I've ever seen or the greatest of all time. Like I feel like a lot of it is the eye test because you can look and be like, yo, this person's doing stuff that I didn't find imaginable. Like AP was cold. Barry Sanders, very cold. And this is just don't even look at their stats. Just look at them play football, and you be like, bro, it's hard. It's hard for people to stop them. No matter if you know the run is coming, no matter if they dodge you, no matter if they go through you, they gonna find. So I always think about that too. Like if we were to watch Braun and Kobe and Jordan, everybody who people say are goats, watch them in their prime, like in a pickup game, who we look at and who would stand out like that person's cold. Like just how you do when we played basketball in school, or you can look at you don't know these boys' stats, you just looking at a college game. You can point out, you're like, yo, that dude tough. Whatever you base it off, you can tell when somebody is above the norm.
Yeah, but unfortunately, because of time, you're not going to see that.
Yeah.
So you can only go off what you saw versus who they're playing against in their era or at their time and make those comparisons. So that's why that's the longest way to say all this is just going to be a continuing conversation. Is it going to
Yeah.
be people in the future who other players or is it going to be players in the future who people are going to think is the GOAT because they're going to start doing things that they may not have seen before or they're just going to look good compared to other people that they're playing against. So, but we shall see. Makes for good entertainment.
Of course, that's why they leave so many things so as open-ended questions. Because some things we can probably get to a definitive answer of, but it's just fun to kind of leave it at the unknown because it'll always be a conversation.
That's why the barbershop talk is always entertaining, I'll say.
No matter what barber do. That's the crazy. That's the dope thing about black culture though. Don't matter if you go to South Carolina, don't matter if you go to one in Greenwood. If it's a black barbershop, y'all likely gonna end up yelling about sports, and it's gonna be two different gaps of that person who was born in the '80s, and he finna tell you you had to watch Jordan to understand. It's gonna be that kid who might even say Curry to go, and it might be as simple as look where he's shooting from.
And in their mind, you can't tell them they're wrong.
Nope.
But that's the best thing about it, though. It's all in fun. Some people do get heated, and it's funny. It's
I
funny
feel
seeing people get under people's skin.
I feel like for starters, if you don't have an athletic bone in your body and you get mad about the conversation of other athletes, you're doing too much.
Mm.
Way too much.
With that said, on the sports talk, obviously the big game's coming up. Uh, we're gonna go ahead and do it right now. What's your final score prediction?
It's crazy that we finished see the first dynasty. Um, I already Holmes is the goal. No matter how this go, he's overachieving to be in the Super Bowl more often than not. Having even been in the league that long is impressive. And I kind of got the same. I don't see Jalen Hurts as really a good quarterback. I think he's a dynamic. I think certain quarterback. I think him and Lamar have a good dynamic to where the system fits what they're trying to do. So they're kind of the same as far as picked up Saquon, picked up Derrick Henry, run a read option. Like that works for them. Try to play defense on the other side of the ball, but the Eagles have way better defense than the Ravens. But I think the Chiefs being the season team that they are, they're going to make Jalen Hurts throw the ball, and then I'll be able to tell you more about how I really feel about Jalen Hurts. But I don't think if he got to throw the ball or it becomes a shootout, it's definitely gonna be Kansas City. But if Saquon can get off, it'll be a game. But I haven't seen a lot of people just cook the Chiefs as far as the running game. Josh James Cook was doing good, but I think they abandoned the run. I don't remember what happened. The Bills got cheated, by the way, but I got the Chiefs.
Bro, you said all that just to not answer my question. I asked you the score prediction.
Oh my bad. Um, maybe like 20 something to 9.
20 something to 9.
Yeah.
I got 23 to 17.
Whose side?
I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'm going to be bold.
Oh man, we got something on this, or this just the talk.
Nah, man, we just talking. But I am going to post this question just to see what people think. Early predictions. Hopefully, I remember to post it.
I mean, I got some space now, so I can help you out. I'm gonna start adding, so we have more questions. But yeah, if anybody going against the Chiefs is just for the sake of going against the Chiefs, it's crazy because I got a video teasing Josh and Steve, and now their team's decent. I teased Josh about his team not having no rings, and now he on pace.
They've been dominant.
That gotta be feel. That gotta feel good though to have a team that's historically just not been it, and then just watch them be the talk.
Yeah. Um, Not to be sad or anything, but I did mention this in the beginning. Just want to say rest in peace to everyone involved in that plane crash. Prayers out to the families. May God watch over everybody.
It's not sad. It needed to be said.
But definitely, I know it's been tough for some people out there. 2025, we are still moving. We got 11 more months, a lot more days. Everybody keep your heads up. Um, One more thing I did want to say on a good note. My boy Lucci out. So definitely ready for some new music to drop.
I was just listening to Larry June and thought about you.
Ah, dang. I hope you weren't driving.
He got a song with 2 Chains. I don't know if they doing a whole project, but he on the Alchemist beats. I mean, you like Currency, and he on
Yeah. I like Alchemist.
yeah. So you might enjoy him a little more than you have, but just
Hey,
feeling you.
man, I'm telling you, any parents out there, if you ever have a tough time putting your kids to sleep, throw on some Larry June.
I feel like why just our luck of all the people who can catch one to our podcast, he gonna be one of the first ones.
I hope so. He could be like, yeah, y'all talking, John.
I didn't
Hey,
say nothing about. Now
one
it's
thing you
y'all.
don't do not throw food in the oven and put some Larry June on while you're cooking. That's a recipe for this is a disaster.
All right, so this has been another episode of the No Clickbait podcast. We're gonna head out because my co-host getting slanderous, and we need all the endorsements we can get.
Nah, man, but for real though, this has been another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in to the No Clickbait podcast. Man, I didn't know if you had any isms or anything for them that makes sense, unlike what you were talking about earlier.
Just say you didn't understand it. See what people do. Just say you didn't understand it because it made a lot of sense. It was just drawn out, if anything. But since simplicity is what we're going for, because you can't spell simplicity without ism. Make the most of your days, whether it's 28, whether it's 31. Make the most of them. Simply put, you don't got to be poetic or nothing. Just be consistent. That's the main thing with anything. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So make it consistent.
Big facts. With that said, man, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell somebody to tell somebody so they can tell somebody else. Thanks.
Proof snitching.